Hi, my name is Warren and I am the product genius here at South Shore Mini. I'd like to congratulate you once again on your new MINI Countryman. In this video, I'd like to provide a welcome introduction and overview of your new Countryman. We're going to work from left to right, taking a look at all of the features and functions found in your new Mini. To begin, we'll start with taking a look at the driver's door panel. Here on the door, we find the mirrors and window controls. Starting at the top with the mirror controls, we have a joystick to make the adjustments to our mirrors. We have a selector, either left or right, to select which mirror we are adjusting. If equipped, we have a little button here that will power fold in our side view mirrors. Moving down, we have our 4 windows, and they are one-touch automatic up and down. Finally, at the bottom here, we have a button that when lit will disable the rear window controls, which is great if you've got kids or pets back there and are looking to prevent them from inadvertently opening or closing windows. Moving up, integrated into the door handle would be the unlock and lock buttons. Moving right around, on the left side of our dash here, we're going to have our headlight controls. The control dial is currently positioned over here towards the left on the automatic position, symbolized by the A. In this position, the car will automatically, day and night, operate the headlights and daytime running lights for you. Additionally, if it is raining and your wipers are on, your headlights will come on automatically. Straight up and down will just be headlights turned off. Next position to the right is going to be your parking lamps. Finally, all the way to the right will be manual headlights turned on. The dial all the way on the right side here is going to adjust the intensity of your instrument cluster here at nighttime. So if it's a little too bright, you can dim it down using that wheel. Moving directly in front of you, starting at the top, we have our head-up display. The head-up display, if your car is equipped, will display the most pertinent driving information directly in your line of sight as you're looking out the window. You'll see things like your current speed. You'll see the speed limit of the road you're on. You'll even see turn-by-turn directions from the navigation system, or if there's an incoming phone call, that will appear in there as to who's calling. If you are toggling between tracks or between radio stations, you'll also see that in the head-up display. Moving down, you find the digital instrument cluster. This is going to provide you with your basic driving information. You'll see time, temperature, and estimated range until empty. Once again, in the little white box, you'll see the speed limit of the road you're on. Directly center, of course, will be your speed displayed digitally. The segmented ring here on the right side is going to be your fuel gauge. And then at the bottom, on the left, you'll always see your odometer. And on the right, you'll see a variety of driving information. And you can toggle through what it says by pressing the BC button here on the end of your turn signal. And each time you press it, you can see where it'll toggle through different pieces of information, from engine temperature to average miles per gallon, average speed, and a trip odometer. The other button at the end of the turn signal is going to enable your automatic high beams. When they are activated, the high beams will automatically dim if there's an oncoming car approaching you, and once the car is passed, your high beams will come back on to full brightness. On the right side, you're going to have all of your wiper controls. Everything is stenciled right on here to remind you what each position of the stick does. The stick's currently in the off position. The first position up is going to be the automatic mode. you'll see a green light come on. And in this mode, the wipers will be rain sensing. So they'll automatically start if it begins to rain, and they will regulate speed as well. The inner dial from slow to fast will adjust the sensitivity of the automatic mode. So if it's just not quite right for you, you can go ahead and adjust that right there. Continuing to push the stick up will engage low and high, which is just a constant speed for the wipers. A single press down from off will give you a single wipe. At the very end of the wiper stalk, you will be able to twist in order to activate the rear wiper. Moving on to the steering wheel, on each side at the back, you will find paddle shifters if your vehicle is equipped, minus on the left and plus on the right, and those will allow you to downshift or upshift and control the transmission manually. On your left hand, you've got a variety of buttons here. All of those buttons are for the cruise control. In this case, we are equipped with the active cruise control. So not only will the car hold a speed for you, but if the car in front of you slows down, your car will also slow down and maintain the following distance that you've set between your car and the car in front of you. You're able to adjust the following distance using these buttons right here, increase or decrease. Of course, plus and minus will increase or decrease your set speed. To activate the system, simply press the center round button here, and it will capture the current speed you're at. Tapping the brake will always cancel the system. You can also press cancel in order to cancel the system, and then pressing resume will resume whatever speed you had set previously. Moving to the right side of the steering wheel, you're going to have all entertainment related controls. You will have a volume control at your fingertips. The up and down arrows will take you through, in this case, radio stations, because we're listening to the radio, in your head-up display, which I think you can see a little bit from the camera. The phone button will answer or hang up an active phone call. And the button above it showing a person speaking is going to be used for voice commands. A quick press of the button will activate the MINI voice assistant. And pressing and holding will activate your phone's voice assistant if your phone is paired and compatible. Moving to the center of the car, we'll work from top to bottom. At the very top, you'll find your hazards or flashers. Next to that, you'll see a button with a green ring around it. This button is going to be for your intelligent safety systems. When this button is illuminated green, it indicates that all of your intelligent safety systems are active. You can, however, press the button, it turns orange, and you'll be able to deactivate or activate specific systems to your choosing. Pressing it once more will reactivate all of your available intelligent safety systems. Of course, in the center here, we have our touchscreen central display. So we can swipe and tap to select items, but we can also use the central controller down here in your center console to navigate around the display as well. On the central display, you'll find all of your main categories listed here on the left, and you'll also find them across the display arranged horizontally, and they're represented by live widgets. So what I mean by that is you'll see a little preview on each one of kind of what's going on in it, whether that's a preview of the radio station we're listening to, a preview of the map, a glance at our driving information in terms of the trip computer. So that's all right there. Moving below the display, we have band and mode. Those will be for toggling between radio sources or media sources in general. Arrow keys will conveniently jump between radio stations if we're listening to the radio. Finally, the buttons at the bottom here, 1 through 6, are going to be shortcut keys. These keys can be programmed to be anything in the Mini's operating system. I do have another video that provides a deeper dive into these buttons and how to configure and the many uses for them. So take a look at that video to learn more about the shortcut keys. Below the central display, you have your climate control. We do have dual zone automatic, so we can set an independent temperature for driver and passenger. The center knob will be our fan speed. The automatic button is lit, so the car is going to automatically select which vents are most appropriate for the temperatures that we've set. If we'd like to control the vents ourselves, simply press on the person icon here, and then we can toggle through a variety of configurations. All of the buttons below here are all climate related functions. Starting on the left, we have driver's heated seat, front defrost, rear defrost, recirculated or fresh air, air conditioning, max air conditioning, and the passenger heated seat. Moving down to the bottom row of toggle switches, and starting on the left, we have our parking assistant. In this case, we are equipped with it, so we have a switch here. You may not have the parking assistant, in which case this will simply be blank. Moving to the right of that, we have the A off switch, which is going to enable or disable the fuel saving start stop system. That system is where the engine will turn off when you come to a complete stop, like at a red light. When the light is illuminated on the switch, the engine will stay on. When the light is off, the engine can turn off and the start stop system is activated. Of course, we have our start and stop dead center here. To the right of that, we have a traction control disable switch. Pressing it once will activate dynamic traction control. This is good if you find yourself stuck in some snow perhaps. It'll help you get yourself free, and once you are, give it a single press to turn all of your traction control systems back on and back to their default setting. All the way to the right is your driving mode switch. The car has 3 driving modes. Toggling up brings us into sport mode, which will be the most dynamic. You'll notice tighter handling, a tighter suspension. You'll notice increased response from the car. Overall, it's kind of like ultimate mini mode. It's really a lot of fun in that mode. Back down to mid, which is the normal default mode that your car will always start out in. And then all the way down is going to be green. Green will be the most efficient mode. You'll get the best fuel economy driving in green, but you will notice a little bit of a decreased responsiveness in the car. And of course, it's doing that to help conserve as much fuel as possible. Moving down, you have your gear selector here. When using this gear selector, make sure you press the button on the left side whenever you move it to engage a gear. And when parking, simply press the P button here at the top. Just below that, you'll find your electronic parking brake. Pull up to activate that parking brake and push down to release. Just next to that, you find your controller here for the central display that I mentioned earlier. You see a variety of hard keys at the top. The knob will twist and click in order to navigate. You also find a back button at the bottom, as well as an additional option key. Of course, all the way at the bottom here, we do have our armrest. The armrest is equipped with the wireless charger in this case. And the armrest does fold up as well to reveal additional storage and an additional USB-C charging port. Moving up top, on the rearview mirror, if equipped, we'll find the garage door opener. We'll see 3 buttons underneath here on the left side. In the panel up top, starting on the left, we have our driver's reading light. We have all of our cabin lighting. The center switch is going to open or close our sunroof. The switch to the right is going to do all of our ambient lighting. Each time you press the switch, the ambient lighting will fade into a new color. You can see that reflected here in the spotlights up top. Finally, the switch all the way on the right is our passenger reading light. You then have an SOS button here. Press on it to open the cover. The orange SOS button is underneath. Pressing this button will get you emergency roadside assistance. And next to that, we can see a indicator light for the passenger airbag. And this will light up as it is right now if no one is sitting in the passenger seat. Thank you for watching this introductory tutorial video on your new Countryman. Of course, please feel free to reach out if you have any further questions or would like me to dive a little deeper into any specific features. Once again, my name is Warren and I am the product genius here at South Shore Mini. Take care.